Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, how you doing, people? It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan, representing the Ministry of Wrestling as always. And guys, I know every prediction show I talk about excitement, but let's be under no illusion that this pay-per-view and the next pay-per-view that we're covering are going to be the biggest ones, because not only are they great WWE and AEW pay-per-views, but we are actually going to be in attendance. And I, as a long-time wrestling fan, the fact that here in the UK we will be getting the opportunity to celebrate Money in the Bank is no small feat, I guarantee you. So I am pumped, I am gassed, I am ready. The rest of the guys are just as pumped. So guys, yeah, let's go. So you heard me say the rest of the guys. If you are joining for the first time, the Ministry of Wrestling is not just this guy. There are 4 other guys. We're a 5-man group. We love wrestling. And what we like to do is we do a couple of news shows and stuff in between, but our main thing is a prediction show. Normally, I've done this quite confusingly, but it's really simple. There's a pay-per-view. We predict. If you predict and get it right, you get a pay-per-view point. The more pay-per-view points you get, the more show points you get. Now, how does it work out? Essentially, the more pay-per-view points you get show points, and we rank it based on who we are. So if you come in first place, you get 4 points. Second place, 3 show points. Third place, 2 show points. Fourth place, 1 show point, 0 points if you become fifth. No, it's not a target thing. It's just the way you work it out in football. So that's how it goes, guys. Let's not waste any time. We are here for Money in the Bank. The card is actually pretty decent as well. So WWE, from a long-time wrestling fan, I thank you. And now, guys, we're going to kick it off with the first match that we believe is going to kick off the show. The IC champion, Gunther from Imperium versus the bro, Matt Riddle. How did the guys vote? Let's have a look. Right, so we are talking the Ring General Gunther versus the returning Matt Riddle for the IC title. Now, yes, it's exciting to see Matt Riddle back, and it's just one of those things that you just know which way the answer is going to go, and that sadly is the Ring General is going to retain. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a fun one. The crowd's going to be live. We will be making noise. You're going to hear me talk a lot about us making noise, because boy, are we pumped for Money in the Bank and it being live. But this one I definitely see being the Ring General's win. What I'm hoping for is the Imperium beatdown after, and yeah, I'm hoping to see the return of the Viper, the Legend Killer, running down that ramp and helping his boy out, and the return of RK Bro. So Gunther for the win, and hopefully the return of Randy.
Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus bro, Matt Riddle. So, this is very simple, because I believe that they have to keep pushing Gunther. He has to be the one to take the Intercontinental, longest reigning ever record off Honky Tonk Man. Because, respect to Honky Tonk Man, Gunther better. He way better. He is der Ring General. And he's on a tear at the moment. Now, this is good booking, because Riddle is viable competition for him. And if Riddle was to win, I don't think anyone would be like, really, Riddle? No, Riddle would be a good foil for Gunther. But on the basis that Gunther, for me, needs to keep winning, I'm going with Gunther for this one.
Right. Matt Riddle v. Gunther. Bro, you're going to get your chest chopped off. Right. I'm one of the ones that keep saying, everyone was on Roman Reigns holding it for a very long time. I'm on Gunther holding it for a long time. And when he does drop it and go for the main title, you're going to make you feel like a superstar, because, yeah. But anyway, in this one, just obviously, if you can't tell, I'm going for Gunther on this pick. Just those chops. And in the Auto Arena, the shh. It's going to be an epic. Gunther for my pick.
Yo, it's me. It's that Ultimate Vanessa Simsy, reigning, defending, undisputed MLW champ. And here are the Money in the Bank predictions. So the first one, for me, is the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther and Riddle. And as interesting as it may be, Gunther is just being booked strong here. It will be a good match. There'll probably be a little go behind with Riddle, but I think the fans are more behind Gunther than Riddle. So being in the UK, I think he'll get more of a cheer in the UK, Gunther. And obviously, for that reason. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any title change. Gunther is going to retain the Intercontinental Champion. So, still, your IC champ, Gunther.
It's Money in the Bank is the big one. I'm excited. The ministry is going to be there live, man. Hopefully we'll see some of y'all. Hopefully some of y'all will see us. But yeah, I can't wait to get going. So starting with very first match, Intercontinental Championship, Riddle versus Gunther. Yeah, so I do like the build to this one. Gunther's been on a tear. He's probably been the best utilized Intercontinental Champion in a long time. He did go through a bit of a dry spell earlier on, but now they really do seem to be kicking it into a gear where he's having the feuds like every month, and they're against like credible names, like someone who you could actually see dethroning him. But I feel that if you really do want to put Gunther as someone who can main event for the next how many years, the next decade or so, he really does need to break that long-standing honky top man Intercontinental title reign and become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Because that's a statistic that I don't see anyone breaking in a long time. So considering that, I'm gonna go with Gunther for the win. Although I do expect maybe a post-match beatdown where we get to hear the Viper rumors of him returning. I tell you what, I'm gonna pop so big if I hear that. I hear voices, and Mandy Orton comes down. There's a couple of RKOs. I tell you, UK O2 Arena will be the best place for it. But yeah, Gunther for the win.
So you know what? Straight up, as Big Tone said it, guys, if you are in the UK, whether you're UK based, whether you've traveled down to the UK for Money in the Bank, check the socials at Ministry of Wrestling on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, at MOW News on Twitter. Hit us up. Let us know where we can meet you. We like to talk wrestling. It's what we do. So it's going to be a big pleasure to meet as many of you guys as possible, interact, throw it up a bit. You know how we do. And, just discuss hey, AJ, what was that prediction? You really thought Randy Orton was coming? Yeah, damn right I did. I'm also hoping to get The Undertaker out. That's a different story for a different time. But anyway, we move on. The next match, which we believe is going to kick off, be part of the show, is the women's tag team title match, and that is Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. It's there. Which way did we vote? It may feel like a foregone conclusion. That's in my opinion. Maybe the other guys see it differently. There's only one way to find out. Let's have a
look. Women's tag team belts, championship, strap, thing. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus the Back and the Booty. This is a dead match. You're not going to take the belts off of Ronda and Shayna because the company's been high on getting them together and holding the tag team gold for ages. This is going to be the first, well, not the first, but this is going to be one of many, 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 many destructions that you're going to see. So yeah, easy and simple, Ronda and Shayna to win this one.
Women's tag team match. I don't want to be down on them because they were champions and they never got defended, I think. I don't remember. But, of course, it's going to be Rousey. Rousey and her teammate. How bad is that? Yeah, I can't see going any other way. It's Liv Morgan. It's going to be a very hopeful spot where you're going to be like, Liv can do it. But then, yeah, armbar, tap out. It is what it is. But it's a match. It's not a filler match, but it's a match. Going for Ronda Rousey and I almost call her Raquel with it. I can't remember her name. But yeah. The other MMA fighter. That's what I think.
Alright, so the next prediction is for the Women's Tag Team Championship between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Now, Liv has just come back and obviously she's teamed up with Raquel again. There seems like there should be some payback for what they did to her. Obviously she was put on the shelf. And you know, typically in the wrestling world, usually there's a receipt for that sort of thing. But at the same time, if you want to keep, if you want the titles to be booked strong and you want that title to mean anything, to have some kind of prestige, you've got to have strong holders. So for me, it would only make sense if Shayna and Ronda Rousey retain, because then you start to build on those tag team championships. Now you get that kind of question, who's going to beat them next if that's the case? If they keep going to these generated tag teams, it doesn't really put no prestige on it. So I'm going to think for prestige purposes, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey to retain the women's tag team championships.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Okay, this would be actually a match that would be quite good on paper. I mean, when they've fought before, it's been quite good. They seem to be pushing all four women, so I don't just see this as being like a quick dominant run through for Baszler and Rousey, and that being it. That being said, unfortunately, I don't think Ronda and Shayna are losing the titles after just getting them so soon, and especially after unifying them with the NXT tag titles in that barn burner in SmackDown. So on that front, I've got to go with Ronda and Shayna for the win. I feel that Raquel, she was probably onto bigger and better things anyway. The little tease against Rhea Ripley they did a couple of weeks ago. That is a match I think we all need in our life. So, if she's doing that, she can have time for the tag titles. So yeah, Shayna and Ronda for the win.
Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Look, for the longest while I've been talking about Shayna and Ronda being tag team champs, and now it's finally happened. I'm not exactly expected to see it just dropping anytime soon. What I'm hoping for is that we just get to see more of an effort from the current women's tag team champs, just because they have that talent, they are that dominant, and as much as I want to see Smash, what they done at WrestleMania still lingers at me as a bit of a pain. It wasn't the greatest showing for them. No, it wasn't for the title at the time, but it wasn't the greatest showing. They are taking on a former team that had to drop the title based on injury, so now that they're back, yes, they're entitled to their rematch. Bit of a no-starter though. It is Ronda and Shayna for the win all the way, but just please, ladies, make it the match that it is. Show your dominance, but make it an exciting match all the same. That's all I'm asking for. Ronda and Shayna to retain. And I don't change my opinion. I do not change my opinion. That's all I'm looking for. Interestingly, in the first two matches, we've all gone the same way. So that essentially means if we're all right, then we're all getting 5 points. If we're all wrong, we're all on a collision course for 0. It's not fun, but it's just the way it is. Will we change our opinions in the men's Money in the Bank match? There are 7 competitors in this match. So there's a bit of scope. There's 5 of us, there's 7 guys. So there's a lot of scope for a lot of different changes. There's only one way to find out. We have some top talent in there. And with the fact that it's not just the top, not only are there 2 top titles, there are 2 mid titles. So there's scope all around for potential here. So let's see which way the guys voted for the men's Money in the Bank.
Men's Money in the Bank. This was not going to list everyone because you should know, or someone else on the video has list it, and if not, someone else coming up is going to list it. But with this one, we got Ricochet taking the bumps. Yeah, it's going to just take some crazy ass bumps. But there's only one person I think should win this, and it's the main memory I got from WrestleMania. It's walking out the tunnel on night 2, apart from the heartbreak of not seeing who I wanted to win, but hearing everyone walk up tunnel going, yeah, and on and on and on for quite some time. I didn't even know why they were saying yeah. I asked, why are they saying yeah? And they went, oh, it's a guy called LA Knight. And I watched a couple of his promo. Yeah, he's a Stone Cold on the Rock. Come by to make this new dude, and yeah, he's old, but he's good. He can still go. So give it to LA Knight, man. Just please, Vince, step away. Drips, give it to LA. All right, give it to the night. Give it to yeah. Can you imagine the Auto Arena that night? Yeah, Anyway, that's enough. I'm not going to get you sick of it. LA Knight, my pick.
Yo, what's up? So, next prediction is for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, this one's really difficult. For me, without thinking about it too much, it comes down to two people with me here. Now, because of the World Heavyweight title situation, it'd be very interesting if Finn Balor were to win that match and Damian Priest were to get the briefcase, because there's already dissension in the ranks of the Judgment Day and they've been teasing that as well. That would make that situation even more interesting. However, it's been long awaited for this person to be pushed to the moon. They've not been booking him right. Yet the fans have made him over week in and week out. He's got skills in the mic, he's got skills in the ring. And he just literally shows and proves that he could carry WWE into the next generation. I might regret this, but I'm going to pick my winner for the Money in the Briefcase match to be LA Knight. Yeah.
All right, so one of the big ones, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Yeah, now like this, I know I said this about other matches, but this really does stand the chance of being like the match of the night. Yeah, how the main event does. There's a lot of contenders for match of the night tonight, but either way, this one's gonna be, barn burner. It's gonna be great. Like, but feasibly, who has a chance of winning? Yeah, despite there being 7 guys in there, really it boils down to 3 guys. Yeah, one of them being Damian Priest. I think the company is high on Damian Priest at the moment. Like, and his recent night showing against Bad Bunny, they probably see him as a future world champion. Will he do it with a case though? I don't know about that. However, Damon is a heel, Seth is a face, but they've already had that match, so I don't see it being Damien, to be honest. As for Logan Paul, this is a very dangerous option because it's a shoo-in. It's almost a shoo-in for it to happen because it's the troll option. And I believe in it, yeah, because someone like Vince McMahon, if he really is like pulling strings, as they keep saying, he would love this and he would love to troll the hell out of the UK. And the reactions, the boos, oh my gosh, the boos will be out of this world if Logan Paul gets it. And to be honest, there is like a real obvious way they could make Logan get it, and that's for KSI to come out and help him as he did in WrestleMania. Like, it is KSI's back door as well. So, I can see that happening. But, there's someone unexpected. A new challenger has arrived, and that is in the form of one LA Knight. How he does all the writing, squiggly thing. I really want us UK fans to show the WWE, more than anyone, that we, the fans, love LA Knight. I've been following LA Knight since he was back in TNA as Eli Drake, since he was in NWA as Eli Drake. And I know this guy is money. He's always been money. Yeah. In NXT, he was money as well. I feel he should have had a longer run and actually been NXT champion. But, no, he was called up. They did some dumbness with him. And now he's now he got a second opportunity, to wow us. And he has, and he's won us over by himself organically. Now, I feel WWE, they're a mixed bag at this, of, reading the room and having their finger on the pulse and doing what they should do. In this case and scenario, I'm gonna have faith, maybe stupidly, maybe dumbly, maybe naively. I'm gonna say that they're gonna listen and try and capitalize on the popularity, and LA Knight is gonna get the briefcase. I know I'm probably gonna be kicking myself because I probably just cost myself a few points there, but hey, LA Knight for the win.
The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. What are we saying? Damian Priest, Pete Dunne, aka Butch, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, and L.A. Knight. Now, it kills me because all I've done is go against the Judgment Day and these guys are on fire. How could it be an L all the way? And I'm so tempted. I'm dying to say Damian Priest. I want to say Damian Priest. It should be Damian Priest. Damian Priest deserves it. And the fact that this Money in the Bank means any title can be cashed in on means any of these guys are worthy. You know, you could take Ricochet, go in for a title, even going for the US title, going for the IC title, changing brand. Logan Paul, the big sensation, put a briefcase and a belt on him. You drive the world crazy. But the heat, the steam, the energy behind the man that is, L.A. Knight. If WWE dropped the ball on this guy on this night in the UK, do you understand the noise that we can make? Are you crazy? There is only one answer, and it is L.A. Knight. Oh my God, I'm excited for this match because you've got your high flyers, you've got people who can do bits in the ring, but it has to be L.A. Knight all the way. Damien, I'm sorry because I wish it was you. Judgment Day, I'm sorry because I wanted to call a victory for you guys at one point. Mummy's not in a match, so I can't even give her the victory. But oh my days, L.A. Knight is the only answer to this. L.A. Knight for the win.
The men's not Royal Rumble, the men's Money in the Bank match. So let's go through the competitors. We've got Ricochet, L.A. Knight, We've got my guy Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul. Right, let's break this down. Butch is a token gesture. They need a UK guy to represent in the UK. We've got Butch. He's not winning shit. Logan Paul and Ricochet, and to a degree Escobar too, are in there for spot fests. These are all high flyers. Logan and Ricochet are going to do some crazy stuff to roll back to their Rumble moment. I'm sure we're going to have a Logan Ricochet ladder moment here. That's why they're in there. Escobar will have some spot fests too. This comes down to LA Knight, Nakamura, and Damian Priest. Now, because of the way WWE view Nakamura, he would be my Io Sky in this match, because he would be the one who my heart says Nakamura. Oh God, let it happen, please God. But they just don't see him that way, which breaks my heart. Nakamura's not winning this. Priest would be a smart choice. Listen, you could do fantasy booking here of having Finn Balor beat Seth, and then Priest have the briefcase and challenge Balor and have the Judgment Day fall apart. That's my big call for that to happen. But LA Knight is such a hot property at the moment, they would be insane to not do it. So LA Knight for the win.
Yeah. It has to be LA Knight's moment. Tell me I'm wrong. Comment below right now if you think we're wrong, and don't do it after the show. Like, because you felt the same until it was proven. So comment below right now, if you don't believe that the winner is L.A. Knight. That's just the way it is. All of us, listen to the video again. Pull it back a bit. Listen to every man. They're like, it's dodgy, but you can't not go for LA Knight. You have to go for LA Knight. So yeah, right now the show's not looking very exciting if you're joining us for the first time, because hey, it's either all points or no points, which is also quite exciting because it's either we know wrestling or we don't know. Again, trying to not get demonetized. Good old Double V's drop one S-bomb. We'll leave it as that. We're trying to keep it low. It's a family show, you know. Anyway, PG-13 and all that. Anyway, we move on. Now we've potentially seen the winner of the briefcase, but who will they cash in on? One of those potential cash-ins is the new title. I used to call it something after the first the crowning of that title and a couple of defenses. I'm not calling it the B belt anymore, but I don't know who will be the champion after Seth freaking Rollins meets Finn Balor one-on-one for the title, and you know Finn is steaming because Seth has cost him a title and laughed at it. So which way is it going to go? I don't know right now. I'm going to tell you my prediction on the video. Which way did the guys go? Did they agree with me? Did they disagree? Only one way to find out. Let's have a look.
Yo, what's up? So the next prediction is for the World Heavyweight Championship between Seth Rollins, the reigning World Heavyweight Champion, and Seth Rollins, member of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, member of the Judgment Day. So this is very interesting because obviously this is 7 years in the making. Finn Balor obviously beating Seth to become the first Universal Champion, yet being injured, having to relinquish the title. And they even showed a piece of Seth coming out and laughing in his face. Now, it would be very interesting if that payback was to have that come around right now. But at the same time, I think Seth is booked too strong. He's on an incredible streak right now. And I think he's trying to prove a point to Roman Reigns. So in order for him to continue improving that point, and for him to be, I'm talking about booking strong champions, I think it just might be the case that Seth retains in this case. So it kind of just shuts that whole thing down. So I am going to say that Seth retains the World Heavyweight Championship.
Seth Rollins takes on Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I think this match has the potential to be the best wrestling match of the night. Although I just wish that the build was a little less fillerish, than it had been. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's come together this month, and this is actually a big storyline because again, Finn is completely right in his promos that Seth cost him his first run as Universal Champion, and he was never able to get back to that stage on the main roster as the main champion. Yeah, I mean, I always wondered what would have been if Finn was allowed to actually complete that reign, because for me that was the best time of Finn Balor's character, where you had the two different versions of the music come out all cool, and then later on come out as a demon. He got beaten up enough. Speaking of the demon, it'll be interesting if we actually see him. But what I'm thinking, though, is this match is gonna go to a no contest, or somehow it's gonna end in disqualification or something, because I reckon we're gonna be doing Demon Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. So I'm not especially gonna pick a winner to the actual match, but what I will say is Seth will be leaving with the title belt. So yeah, whoever he fights at SummerSlam, Seth's gonna be the champion. But I don't see this match having a straight finish.
This match bugs me that it's happening now. It really does. And for most people, it'll be like, why? I'm actually enjoying Finn Balor being so hell-bent on chasing Seth freaking Rollins down and interfering in all title matches and just making it sure that he is going to be the one to end it. Now, if you wanted to do a bit of poetic justice behind it, not saying that I believe Finn was going to win, but could you imagine if you'd done it at SummerSlam? Seth versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam, the same time, where the same event where Finn had beat Seth to become the first Universal Champion. That's when they had their title rematch. That would have been something. Could he then redeem himself and claim back what was his and go injury-free and get a run? Who knows, it may even be a rematch and that would be something nice, but as it currently stands, I believe that Seth is still going to be that guy for Monday Night Raw, and Monday Night Rollins will continue. It's going to be a big one. We're going to be chanting. We are definitely going to be chanting in the O2 Arena, but Seth Rollins will definitely be the one to retain. Sorry, Finn, I really want this feud to go on because I'm actually really enjoying where it goes, but Seth to retain.
Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. The wonderful thing about wrestling is that sometimes, not through booking, but through organic scenarios, you get very real rivalries, which is what we've got here. So, playing the tape back, obviously Finn Balor became the first ever undisputed champion, beating Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins injured him in the match, which means Balor had to vacate the title literally the next day. And when Rollins was coming down the ramp, he gave Balor that smirk, which they have addressed in the video package and the build to this. And I think everyone agrees that Balor is deserving to hold the belt again, given what he's been through in 7 years, given that he never lost the belt, given that he's got this new attitude and chip on the shoulder, given that the Judgment Day being booked is one of the coolest things in WWE at the moment. WWE have on their hands the opportunity to not do a copy and paste, because look, they've got a guy in Roman Reigns who's holding that belt now for 3 years. They don't need to have long title reigns with a World Heavyweight Championship belt. They can play hot potato with it. They can take the belt off of Seth and give it to Balor. The story is there. The opposition to the Roman belt is there. And yet I don't think they're going to do it. I just don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they see Balor as that guy. They're putting him in the title picture, sure. They're giving us a story, which is a good story, sure. I don't see Seth losing this. He should. I will say now, if Seth loses this, well done WWE, because you've actually built on a natural organic storyline, which you should capitalize on. But I don't think they will. I think they're going to go with the safe choice, which is what they often do, and they're going to keep the belt on Seth. They're going to have a great match, but Seth will win this, and he shouldn't.
Ooh, I think this title is going to be the title of epic matches. You know, you had AJ Styles last time versus Seth Rollins. I am not calling by the middle name they're using. Seth Rollins again, but this time against Finn Balor. Should be a good match, you know. The first ever Universal Champion versus the first ever, whatever this belt is, champion. So, but I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. They can't have him just win it and then drop it right away. If they do, they're really taking a piss out of this belt. But this should be the working man's belt now. For some reason, they forgot it. That was the Intercontinental Championship belt. But yeah, Seth Rollins for the victory. It's going to be a musical one. You're going to have whoa singing and so on and so forth. And it's in the Auto Arena and we're the UK fans, so we're going to be loud. But once again, Seth for the pick.
Den ain't wrong. Den ain't wrong. We're going to be chanting. We're going to be making noise. It's going to be insane. Big Tone ain't wrong either. It's going to be one hell of a wrestling match. And quite frankly, I'm hoping no one else is wrong, because we've all voted once again for the same superstar to be champion at the end of the night. Big Tone's got a good call of no contest, which is possible. But the way we judge it is who walks out with the title. So essentially, he did say that. He did say that he believes Seth will walk out champion. That's the main thing, because that's what would vary the points for him. But yeah, good call. It's interesting. But again, right now we're all either at 5 or 4 high or 0. It's just the way it goes. So now we've done the men. Let's move on over to the women. The women's Money in the Bank match. 6 competitors, unlike the men's with 7. There are 6 competitors. So there's still a lot of scope out there for us to go different. We may all go the same once again. There's only one way to find out. Let's have a look.
So we're getting down to the meat and potatoes of it with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Yeah, it should be fun. It's got actually some quite fun names in there. Like Io Sky, I'm sure she's gonna do her thing and make all of us pop loudly for her. You've also got in there Bailey, when Bailey's in London, the crowd the crowd just loves to disrupt the match, loves to just get underneath her skin. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to participating in that. Of course, you got the legendary Trish Stratus. I'm actually really happy that I am getting to witness her live, because again, Trish is a legend. I mean, she wants everyone to be like, thank you, Trish. I will be like, thank you, Trish. Thank you for coming to London and for us to get to witness you perform before you hang it up for good. And of course, the man Becky Lynch, even though she's from across the pond, the short pond. Like, we're still gonna embrace her as one of our own and just like cheer the hell out of Becky. So, who does it come down to? Yeah, you got Zoe in there as well. You got Zelina Vega. Unfortunately, none of those two stand a chance of winning. Really, Bailey's already done it, so she's not getting it again. It boils down to Io, Becky, and Trish. Now, it's also a thing we got to consider who the champions are. Like, over on SmackDown, you got Asuka. On Raw, we got Rhea. Now, I don't think that if they get the Money in the Bank or they're going to do a cash in on one of them straight away, I don't think that's going to happen. But there is a huge possibility of Charlotte beating Asuka on Friday. Sorry, there is Charlotte. So that would mean she's holding one of the belts. So who do you pit against Charlotte now? Because Charlotte versus Trish Stratus, yeah, pretty sure that's already happened. But, you know, if so, they can like revisit that and go down that path again, maybe. But I doubt it. I think because Becky Lynch hasn't done this in her career and she's done everything else, this will be something they want to add as a feather in her cap and just pop the crowd real loud for that. Although, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if after the reaction she got in Puerto Rico, if Io Sky was an issue-in for the Money in the Bank. And to be honest, they can use that to further the storyline between her and Bailey. But for now, though, I think what's coming next is Rhea versus Becky at SummerSlam. Becky's not going to try and cash in on her while she's down. She's going to straight up challenge her to a match at SummerSlam for the title. So, yeah, Becky Lynch.
Right, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have the two active members of Damage Control being Io Sky and Bailey. We also have Zelina Vega of the LWO. We have Zoe Starks. We have her mentor, Trish Stratus, and we have Big Time Bex. Now, what bugs me, I want to give an answer, and I'm scared that the men's Money in the Bank actually has an extra competitor than the women's. So are WWE going to put out a surprise and give us this big name, and then that could be something? It's possible. It's not impossible. Does Io Sky deserve the chance to win? Yes. Unlike the men's Money in the Bank as well, it doesn't have that feature where the women are lucky enough to claim a mid-card title. Maybe it could work in the sense that Damage Control can do it and run after the tag titles. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe they can go to NXT and go for the women's title there. But as it stands, I think there is only one name to do it. And I think it's the case of her overcoming the odds that she's got both Zoe and Trish on her, the fact that she's got Bailey, her former Four Horsewoman friend, but has also had a feud with her. So it seems like all odds are stacked against her, but Big Time Bex will prove that she is the man and come out on top. And, you know, she's Irish, we're in the UK, we know how to make some noise. So we'll do it, and I believe just like we'll be chanting for Mr. Rollins, we'll be chanting for Miss Rollins as well. And it will be a big night for both of them in the Rollins family. So Becky Lynch for the win, in my view.
The women's Money in the Bank match. Let's have a quick read of who the competitors are. We have got Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Zelina Vega, Bailey, Io Sky, Trish Stratus. So let's go through this. Trish Stratus is appearing as a kind of token gesture, as a legend in her first ever ladder match, which is awesome. She deserves to be in this spot. Trish shouldn't be holding the Trish should not be holding the briefcase for a year and then challenging for a belt. More to the point, Trish can, because she's such a legend, can step into the world title picture anytime. Vetoing Trish. Zelina Vega, with respect, I'm not giving oxygen to. I don't know what they're doing pushing her so hard at the moment. Every time I see her, she's raw, she's green, she's just not very good in the ring. She's a great mouthpiece, great manager. Not interested, no. Bailey, no, on the sole reason that she's already won it. So that leaves us with Becky Lynch, who's top dog, never won it. Zoe Stark, who's a bit of a dark horse, and Io Sky, who would be my picking with my heart choice. Io Sky should win this because, listen, after that match they had, she had a backlash with Bianca. She just reminded everyone how goddamn good she is and why she is one of the greatest NXT women champions they've ever had. Maybe the greatest, maybe, but she's top dog. Io Sky. I think that can't happen because they want to play on the whole Becky versus Io thing, which they're building at the moment. So sadly, for that reason, I don't think Io will win it, but I would love her to. She would be my heart choice, as I said. Zoe Stark is a dark horse in this match. For me, it's a toss-up between Zoe and Becky. I don't think Zoe's done enough to merit winning the briefcase yet. Becky Lynch, I'm going to go Becky because she's never won it. They're putting all the obstacles up against her. They're showing every week how much is stacked against her. So she's going to overcome the odds. The man will win. Becky Lynch for the win.
Women's Money in the Bank. I'm not going to list everyone that's there. I think everyone else in the video would do it going through. This match is going to cost me the victory. I am not going to win this prediction, because there's a certain female in this match which I tend to pick every single time, and she loses every single time. I'm telling you, my heart should be Io Sky, so that Bailey could act and stay with that, but I'm going to pick Bailey because I always pick Bailey. And looking at this, I can't see anyone that should win, but it doesn't matter. That's the good part about it. It's not about should win, I should say. I can't guess who's going to win. Bailey should win it. Io Sky and the other one that went away should turn on her and bring Bailey back to babyface. Bailey for victory.
Yo, what's up? So the next prediction is for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And there are a lot of potential contenders for this briefcase this year. However, there are a lot of storylines going on as well where they actually involve most of the participants in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match this time around. There's a rivalry that is yet to be seen, and they've been teasing it for some time now. I personally want to see it myself. Because, you could really make that title seem great again. So, as much as I may think that it may be one person, all things scream Becky Lynch, but I think she's too far in a storyline with Trish Stratus and Starks, so I don't think she's going to win this time. However, I want this person to be pushed to the moon, because somehow it might give her the freedom that she deserves, as well as that title shot. So I'm going to say the winner for the women's Money in the Bank briefcase match is Io Sky.
It's happened. The linear movement has split into two different trees. Well, three different trees, technically. You've got Big Tone, Double V, and myself still on the same course to potential victory or potential drop. We've got Ben the Tech, who, even though he has warned people, think with your head, not your heart, he's gone with his heart and he's followed Bailey. I was going to start singing, but I thought better of it before I lose any followers on this channel, and the guys don't forgive me. And then we have got Leon, the Ultimate Finessa, the current season champion, who has gone for Io Sky. Now, can you blame him? No, because the lady is an absolute talent, as are all the ladies performing in this. Is she deserving? I think she's the underdog that we'd all wish to see. Which way will it go? We don't know. And that is the beauty of not only this show, but the pay-per-view in itself. There is no given. There is no given. Nothing is given to anyone. However, guys, I've had an idea. Come join me for this idea, because I like the idea of it. As you've heard in the videos, I feel pretty bad. A bit of a spoiler to the next match that's about to come up. But I have gone against the Judgment Day in every match that they've done. One member of the Judgment Day isn't performing. Now, let's picture this. Becky gets the briefcase, wins. Now, I'm going to quote Double V on this. Historically, the women have come out every time on the same night that they win the briefcase. You don't really see women carrying the briefcase for the past 3 to 4 years. Seth versus Finn is going down. The Judgment Day interfere. Mummy gets involved. They do what they do. There's a beatdown. Becky comes out, puts a cash in on the night, and we have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the title. But I then proclaim that Rhea wins. Now, I can't claim a point on it because no one else has done it. If they allow me, they allow me. I could be wrong. I could be right. Hell, they might vote in the night and they say their own picks, and I could go wrong because they've all gone Becky. But I say it. Becky cashes in on the night. Rhea Ripley retains. It's going to happen because you know what? Why not? Why not? Why is Mummy not having a match? Why should Becky win? And she's been big time Beck. She's been Becky 2 belts. Let's start off another feud. Let's have her. She's feuding with half the people in the ladder match. Let's have her feuding with someone else. Let her be a bit pissed off. And furthermore, not only is all the Judgment Day out there, you could expand the feud even more. You can really take off Becky by having Trish and Zoe Starks come down and screw her over. I'm calling it now. Becky to cash in on the night, Rhea to retain. Okay, as we move on to actual matches and none of the AJ Fantasy booking, let's go for the American Nightmare himself. Cody Rhodes versus everybody's nightmare, but I'm growing to love the guy more and more every day. Everyone's favorite convict, Dominic Mysterio, a clash of second-generation superstars. Which way does it go? I don't know. Let's have a look. This shouldn't be the hardest one, but it is the hardest match of the night for me to call. And which one is it? It's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus the convict himself, Mr. Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio. Now, on paper, like the minute I heard this, it was like, Dom's gonna win. Dom's gonna win, and it's because Brock's gonna interfere. But then that's what hit me. It's like, if Brock interferes, it means a Cody win because it's a DQ. It's not announced as a DQ match. Now, I have to put this as a caveat, and I don't know if it will work. If they announce this match as a no DQ match, Dom all the way. However, as it currently stands, I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. Reason one, if Cody comes out and they have the match and Brock interferes, Cody wins. It's a DQ, Cody wins. If it's the other way and Cody wins, then Brock comes out, Cody's won. There is no other way. There is a no contest some way, and that's if Brock just causes all hell and he smashes Dom as well as Cody. But short of a no contest, I do have to go with Cody Rhodes. And the sad thing is that as much as I love both of these guys, I really want Dom to win. I want it to be said that Dom's going to win. But the DQ factor just has to lead it to Cody winning. Will Brock turn up? He may not. It could be absolutely nothing. Cody could be like, I'm done with you, Dom, and now I want Brock back because of what he done with one apiece. But I'm going to go with Cody to win just because it should be, but boy, oh boy, will I not be upset if Dom wins.
Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, I've not made any secret on the channel about since Mania 39. I'm bored of people trying to convince me that they're going to finish the story. Yeah, they have. They have finished the story between him and Roman, and now we're toying with Cody. He's the company's top babyface, which is a good thing because he's awesome. I love Cody Rhodes, but he hasn't quite finished his feud with Brock Lesnar. Lesnar's not about until SummerSlam, so we're to believe. So we have to have him mess around with one of the company's top heels, which is Dominic Mysterio. Now, because WWE clearly believe that Cody has to overcome more stuff, I would say he's probably going to lose here. My guess would be that Brock Lesnar somehow gets involved. I don't know how to do this, because if Lesnar gets involved and attacks Cody, then by proxy Cody wins. I reserve the right to say that if it's a DQ with Lesnar attacking Cody, which I'm calling, then Cody technically wins by some weird result. Well, weird result by a DQ. Dominic, I believe, will beat Cody. Oh, I don't know where to go with this, because now I've said the whole Brock Lesnar gets involved thing. Screw it. Dominic Mysterio to win.
we got Dominic versus something Cody Rhodes. I'm going with Cody Rhodes. Just start it off with that. I wanted Dominic in the Money in the Bank. My thing was him winning it, but just like, years ago when the first women's Money in the Bank, I want it to be like that, where Rhea Ripley climbed the ladder and drop it down to Dominic's hand. Oh, that would have been wonderful. And there's be a reminder of something stupid that WWE did, but that's the thing I wanted so badly. But he's not there, so he's going against Cody. I don't understand why Cody went from Brock Lesnar to... I guess it's just for the heat. You never know, Brock might come out and ruin it, but I'm sticking with Cody, because something Cody Rhodes for my pick.
Yo, what's up? Simsy here. So the next prediction is for Cody Rhodes versus Condom, Dominic Mysterio. Now this is interesting because Cody could win this one to start getting some momentum behind the way, but at the same time, Dominic, if he wins, you're not going to hear the end of it. He's going to come out and brag, and for him to he's already at nuclear heat, so what's after nuclear? You know what I mean? Wow, he could just literally run to the moon with that, but at the same time, making the excuses for losing could also bring that heat, bringing the typical excuse and stuff, just similar to what he was saying, how he was in prison. So, and then there's the prospect of Brock Lesnar turning up. Would he turn up after the match? Will he turn up during the match? Cody's been getting a lot of shit recently, and I'd like to think this time he's going to win. So without thinking about it too much, I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes for the win. Even if it's by DQ, I feel that in order to get some kind of momentum going, unless it's to get back, I think it's going to be Cody winning the match. Maybe we'll see Brock afterwards, but yeah, I think I might regret it, but hey, I just think it's Cody's time to win. So Cody to win the match.
Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. This one brings a smile to my face. Not just because we're gonna get to see both Cody and Dominic live. I mean, Dominic turned heel at Clash of the Castle to excellent reaction from the UK crowd. Now he's coming back as a full-fledged heel, being established as the most hated man in wrestling. And trust me, we're going to give it to him, man. We're going to boo his ass out the building. It's going to be hilarious, yeah. It's also going to be great to see Cody come out. And hopefully the fans, we will sing his song as we did for Edge. Yeah, I don't know how many people know the words, or they're just going to come up with that. Something Cody Rhodes. But either way, this match will be a fun match with Dominic probably running away for most of it. Maybe some of the other Judgment Day getting involved. But ultimately, Dominic is eating at crossroads and getting pinned. I don't know, maybe he might win by the furthest means. Hey, maybe even Brock Lesnar turns up and F5's Cody, costing him, giving Dominic the win. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to hope for. So I'm just going to go with a safe bet. Maybe I'm going to be wrong here, but yeah, Cody Rhodes for the win.
Oh, I've had a vision. It's a bit of Big Tone. It's a bit of a conversation with Nico. It's a bit of Leon's vision. Dom likes to brag his mouth quite a bit. Now, imagine the Beast. All of us seem to be saying that the Beast is there. Maybe it's just a bit of fingers crossed. But let's say the Beast comes out in the middle of the match and just F5's Dom right in Cody's face. Can you imagine Cody Rhodes' look is one thing, but let's not focus on that. Dominic Mysterio saying, "I survived Brock Lesnar." If it wasn't for Brock Lesnar, it would be, I got F5'd by Brock Lesnar and beat Cody Rhodes. That would be the mouthpiece of Dominic Mysterio going forward, just to make you piss boil a bit more. So that is just a bit more fantasy booking, guys, while we proceed with the show, because you know what? We've come to that time. We've come to the main event. We have come to war. We may not have William Regal screaming war games, but there is a civil war. There is blood on the line. On one side, we have what is remaining of the bloodline. The one we acknowledge, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and the street champion Solo Sikoa, with the wise man Paul Heyman in their corner. And on the other side, we have one man who was there when it all started and his twin brother, Jimmy and Jey Uso. There is no title on the line apart from bragging rights. It doesn't matter how many belts Roman is walking down to the ring with. It could be one, it could be two, it could be all three. None of that will matter because it's bragging rights. It's tribalism right now. Tribal chief status. Who are the ones? That's the poster. It's not even me gassing it right now. This is what it is. And if you're not excited for this, where have you been for the past 3 years? Where have you been? Because really and truly, this is a big one. We are talking a monumental moment. And as a wrestling fan, as a UK fan, to know that we are going to be in attendance for this. Leon, I'm so sorry you're not going to be there, bro. If you're watching this video, I feel really bad that you're not there, but the excitement I cannot contain. For anyone who's not going to be there, I cannot contain, but I tell you, you will feel the energy through the TV from what the ministry and the rest of the UK, what the rest of the O2 will deliver. Right now, I'm in wrestling promo mode because you guys have got me so gassed. I'm going to shut my mouth and I'm going to run it right now. It's civil war, guys. Which way did we vote? By the way, yes, I'm going to go back to the other one. It split even more because, yeah, Nico had the guts to vote for Dom. And if my theory comes through, maybe he's right. But that's not the point right now because it's civil war. It's the Usos versus Roman and Solo. Oh, my God, I'm so excited for this. Which way did it go? I don't know, guys. Let me shut up and play the video.
The Bloodline Civil War. I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. The Usos have to win this. Roman has to eat the pin, and then Solo has to be the one to challenge him for the belt next. He won't win, but there's years of storyline being built here. It does not make sense for Roman and Solo to win. I'm going with the Usos on this.
The Civil War is happening, and I don't know what to pick, what to think. You don't know. This is why I love this story, because Solo could turn on Roman. Jimmy could have been faking it and turn on Jey. Jey could, I don't know. Heyman is involved. The ginger hair guy that won't quit. You don't know what's going to happen. And I'm hearing that there's 2 different endings and it's behind closed doors, it's very secretive. It should be the Usos that take the victory because they are the Usos. They're the tag team versus these 2 singles. That and that could help the breakdown of having Solo looking at thinking, oh, you're not the leader because you're getting beaten. Or have Solo be the one to the pin and go, oh, so you're just with them. Oh, I'm Solo. I don't know. I'm going to pick Jimmy and Jey to win. The Usos should win. So, no, scratch that. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to Roman because I shouldn't bet against Roman. Roman and Solo to win. Final down. There you go. Civil War.
Yo, what's up? So, the main event, the Bloodline Civil War between Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns versus the Usos. Now, this is very interesting, and it could go both ways. But in terms of where I think it's going to go, I think that the Usos are going to win this match. I don't necessarily think that Roman may take the pin for them to keep him strong. Solo might take the fall here, which will be interesting because it'll be what happens after that. If the Bloodline wins, you have to think, what does that mean for the Usos? Do you know what I mean? What does that mean for Roman? Where does he go next from here? The Money in the Bank match itself is very interesting, but it's too soon, I think, for any particular thing to happen. So if they're not going to go with that storyline of someone cashing in that briefcase the same night, then it's definitely going to be Roman considering facing somebody from the Usos for that championship. So, and that could possibly happen at SummerSlam. So, storyline wise, for the interest of how I think it may go, I'm going to pick the Usos for the win.
All right, now this is really is the big one. I know I said about three of us have been the big one, but this is the big one. The bloodline implosion, the civil war, what we've been waiting for, what they've been building towards for months. And I'm really happy. I'm so ecstatic that we in London, we're getting this match. Because this match was going to be fire no matter where it was. Like, could have been the most boring city in the world, and like, they was going to turn it up. But with it being in London, we're going to take a match that was bound to be a classic. And we're going to blow it through the roof. We're going to make this match one of the greatest matches of all time through just our fan like participation. And the people involved, man, they're going to blow it out. They're going to blow it out the whole building, man. If you just remember how good Clash of the Castle was and the main event of Drew and Roman, the back and forth, the near falls and everything, and how invested the fans was. Now, we're dialing that like times two because it's a tag team match. And all of these guys can go and it's been building and we can't wait to see it, man. Can't wait to see it. Now, the thing is, who wins though? Who wins? How does it end? Now, there is the cop-out way where they just ends in a no contest. Don't do that. That will piss everyone off. Yeah, like, I can see them doing it because they want to extend it, maybe even carry it into SummerSlam, but what I'm saying is, don't do that. Like, that's just the worst option to piss everyone off, isn't it? Option number 2, is also not the greatest one. And that is Roman and Solo just smashed Usos. Yeah. And then that's it. It's done. They're just done. Also, I don't think you should do that because, again, like, them turning on Roman was one of the greatest moments on SmackDown. Like, when he just kicked him in the face. Kicked up Solo, too, for good measure. Don't undo that and just make it like a nothing thing because Solo and Roman just beat the hell out of the Usos on at Money in the Bank, yeah, like, and that was the end of it. No, I just feel that if you do that, all of the steam is took out of any further Bloodline Civil War because it's just ended, yeah, and there's a lot more that can be done with it. For example, option number 3, Roman could have a new bloodline. Now that would be interesting to me. More of his family members could be summoned up. Someone else who could be summoned up who wasn't expecting, another person to be a Sammy Uso. I don't know, like who you could bring in there. Apollo Uso. I seen Apollo talk to Roman one time. Who knows, isn't it? But what I'm saying is, they could make a new bloodline. That I would be all right with that ending. That'd be interesting because it continues the story. But I'm hoping for option number 4, and that's just straight up the Usos beat Solo and Roman, and even worse, Roman takes the pin. Yeah, because Roman hasn't taken a pin in a long time. But if he takes it here in London, you're going to hear the roof blow off that place, yeah. And then that's another big match because obviously they can, like, carry that into, like, SummerSlam. Now, they got a number of options of what they could do there at SummerSlam. For example, they could have both Usos face Roman in a triple threat match. Hell, like, maybe the bloodline completely implodes and Solo turns on Roman. Maybe you could get Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam. Like, however, what I think is probably going to be is Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns again. because that is the long-standing story, and it would make sense. Will OJ win? I don't think he will. But like, if they're gonna do that SummerSlam, I won't complain because their matches were excellent, and Jay has just showed so much personality, yeah, throughout this whole thing. Jimmy has too, and I'm glad that the Usos have been given this opportunity to shine in this light. And for that, I'm gonna pick the Usos to win and like send the crowd home happy. Hope I'm right. Hope it's it's not one of the other three options, but hey, if it is, it is. Like either way, Money in the Bank. Looking forward to the event. Can't wait.
Now, anyone who knows the ministry knows what the O2 Arena and Roman Reigns means to us. What that moment means. It's been over a year and we still don't shut our mouths over what head of the table meant as a chance. Specifically me. I'm not even going to put the rest of the guys under it. I don't shut my freaking mouth over it. It's a big moment. It's something that the minute we heard Money in the Bank was coming to the UK at the O2 Arena, we were like, make it happen. We were scared because Roman's not doing every pay-per-view. Then you hear he's going to be there. And you think, right, we're going to make it happen one more time. And this time on TV. This time we're going to acknowledge the tribal chief. A lot has changed since then. There has been a bloodline implosion since then. There has been... sorry, just had to... I'm getting a bit tired there. There has been some turnarounds. Main event Jey Uso is not in the tribal chief's corner. Nobody's about to get cancelled and demonetized over it. But Jimmy has proved that he is nobody's B. So now it's the Usos versus Roman and Solo Sikoa in a civil war, the final part of the bloodline implosion. And I believe that's exactly what we're going to see, the final part of the bloodline implosion. I don't want to do it because I really want to chant Roman's name, but boy, oh boy, am I on the Uso side. And this is what I see happening. As much as the storyline could progress further, I think we're at a point that the Usos are going to win. The tribal chief is going to be extremely furious, and that push to the face that he likes to give to people, he's going to be doing it to the wrong man because he's going to do it to the street champ. And when you do it to the street champ, he's got a thumb for your throat. So I call the Usos to win, followed by Solo Sikoa getting slapped in the face because he took the pin. He's embarrassed the tribal chief. How dare you acknowledge the tribal chief and then embarrass the tribal chief? And that's where he's going to slap him in the face, push him in the face. You think Jimmy's nobody's B? You wait till you find out what Solo does when he puts that thumb to the tribal chief's throat. And all the tribal chief will have left is his wise man and his title. So the Usos for the win. I'm sorry, Roman. Still acknowledge. I will still create the chant. We will still make it happen. Well, I will. I know Big Tone's already said he wants to see you get kicked in the face. Not me, Big Tone. So we'll see what happens. But Usos for the win. But I'm expecting it to not be a great night for the tribal chief. I gotta say it. So Usos for the win. Den! Whoa! Listen, anything is possible because Civil War is exactly that. And to be fair, you've got the big man on that side. So it is kind of advantage bloodline, current bloodline, not Civil War bloodline. Yeah, you get where I'm going. It does kind of lean that way. It doesn't not make sense. That is a very bold move, though. The rest of us seem to be acknowledged. I can't even throw it up anymore because everyone's the ones right now. But yeah, everyone else seems to be going, ooh, so, oh my days, it's going to be a big one. Guys, once again, look out for these t-shirts, please. The Ministry of Wrestling, well, there's two of us who's going to be wearing these. Others are wearing their WrestleMania t-shirts. But no, joking aside, please look out for the Ministry of Wrestling. Interact with us. Guys, we would love to see you down there. Just throw up a couple of these with us. Put it like we want to share with wrestling fans. This is, look, Clash at the Castle was huge. It was the first pay-per-view in 30 years in the UK. Now, it's not about UK versus London. I mean, kind of, but we drove down there. This is one of the landmark WWE pay-per-views, and it's on UK shores, just like SummerSlam was. Money in the Bank is something you know each year. Clash at the Castle was a first. Yes, we're hoping for a second, but Clash at the Castle was a first, and that is what we're hoping for, guys. Please come and join us. Let us all celebrate together. It's going to be a big night for the world of wrestling, and we want to interact with you. While doing this, bit of a, well, not spoiler, but a bit of an indication as to when we done this recording, or I'm doing this recording, I had just happened to see an alert on my phone, and it would be remiss to not mention this. Like, all the excitement is there, and just literally while doing that last video, a bit of a down has come through. Darren Drozdoff, aka Droz, a man who sadly wasn't able to compete in the ring due to an accident. And it's really funny. I just the other day saw a video where D'Lo talked about how that accident changed his life, how he nearly gave up wrestling because of the accident that happened, where Droz ended up unable to compete, unable to walk. You know, Droz became a paraplegic after that match. And yeah, unfortunately, we've just received news that Darren Drozdoff, aka Droz, has passed away. So not that I saw many matches, but I'm very familiar with the guy. My heart sunk when I heard the news of the accident, and he was able to provide entertainment. You know, if you're a fan of Albert, let's be honest, Lord Tensai, whatever names he went by in New Japan, I don't know more. But this was the guy who started it off. You know, for me, I still call him Prince Albert. And it's not a matter of linking, because we can also go back to LOD. He was part of LOD 2000. This is Droz, not Albert, at the time where I'm talking about, you know, Matt Bloom, if you're still not sure who I'm talking about. But yeah, Droz, thank you for the memories. Rest in peace. LOD 2000 are all up there in the big sky right now, short of the manager. Yes, Sunny is still around. Tammy Lynch, whatever, yeah, wherever she is, doing whatever she's doing. But no, more than anything, I'm going to stop deviating. Just Droz, thank you for the memories. Rest in peace. And yeah, that's the one. So guys, yeah, I am ending on a bit of a downer. Tomorrow, the ministry will celebrate Darren Drozdoff for the star that he was, and we will be celebrating all things wrestling. If you're in the UK, come and join us. Find us, hit us up, let us know where you're at. We'll link you somehow, some way. As I said, MOW News, all one word, on Twitter. Anything else at Ministry of Wrestling, whether that be the Facebook, whether that be the YouTube that you're watching on now, whether it be the Instagram. That's how you can catch us. Just like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's keep growing, guys. Let's share wrestling. So until the next time, guys, I am the one AJ, and I'm signing out.